Good morning, all my dear students. Today I brought a very interesting topic in the chemical bonding, that is hybridization. Many of the approaches were given to explain the covalent bond formation in the molecules. One of the theory come up in 1927, that is VBT. We have discussed VBT in the first part of the chemical bonding. Then the hybridization concept come. Today we will see this concept to explain the covalent bond formation in the molecules. In this lecture, we should cover the following topics: the introduction of the concept hybridization, various rules of the hybridization, and the types of the hybridization found in the inorganic molecules with the examples. What is the learning outcome of this lecture? You will able to understand completely the concept hybridization in the chemical bonding with the rules and the types of the hybridization found in the inorganic molecules, so you can better understand by the hybridization the geometry of the molecules with the examples. So let's start. What is the hybridization? The scientist Linus Pauling in 1931 introduced the concept of hybridization, which is purely a hypothetical concept, means it is not experimental based concept and not experimentally proved. It is a theoretical concept which is based on the practical observation of the molecules. As we all know, according to the VBT theory, the valency of any atom is equal to the number of unpaired electrons, which only participate in the covalent bond formation by overlapping. Understood? We all know that VBT theory says the valence electron participate in the sharing of the electron, causing the covalent bond formation, and it forms the strong bond. But if we see in some of the compounds like beryllium, the electronic configuration of the beryllium in the ground state, beryllium atomic number is 4. So what is its electronic configuration? Its electronic configuration is 1s2 and 2s2. So if we see its configuration, there is no unpaired electron present in it. So if it is not having any unpaired electron, so how it goes for the sharing and how it forms the covalent bond? And the beryllium chloride, beryllium hydride compounds exist in the nature. How it is possible? Similarly, the case of boron. Boron is having the atomic number 5, having the electronic configuration 1s2, 2s2, 2px1, having only one unpaired electron, means it should form the bond with the one atom because it is having one unpaired electron, but it forms the bond with the 3 atoms of the chlorine, 3 atoms of the fluorine. Again, according to the VBT, this can't be explained. Why they are forming the bond with the 2 atoms, 3 atoms, and these molecules are stable enough and exist in the nature. So, it is impossible to explain this all molecule concept by VBT. Then, the theory of the hybridization come up and it explained that before undergoing overlapping or before the bond formation, the orbitals of the nearly same energy mix up and form new orbitals called hybrid orbitals, which are equal in size, shape, having the same energy. And that orbitals are called hybrid orbitals. First they form hybrid orbitals and then they form the bond. So as I have said that before overlapping or the bond formation, the orbitals mix up and exchange their energy to form new orbitals that are called hybrid orbitals, which are identical in the directional character, having the same shape, size, energy. Understood? So hybridization is completely a hypothetical concept used to explain the practical observation of the molecule. What we are seeing, that beryllium chloride is existing, beryllium hydride is existing, boron trichloride is existing. So on the basis of that, the hybridization concept come up and explain like this. Before overlapping orbitals of the nearly same energy mix up and exchange their energy to form new orbitals which are identical in the shape, size, even energy. Only the difference found in the hybrid orbital is the difference in their orientation. 3D, three-dimensional orientation. Only the difference found in the orientation, rest they are identical. So now the definition come up and we can easily define the hybridization. It is defined as the phenomena of mixing up of the orbital of the same atom or of nearly equal energy. Understood? The orbital of the same atom or nearly equal energy undergo hybridization, giving rise to the entirely new orbitals which is equal in the number to the mixing orbitals and having the same energy contents and identical shape. Only the orbital take part in the hybridization, not the electron. Understood? The orbitals goes on mixing and exchange their energy to form entirely new orbitals. And the number of orbitals combine or mix the equal number of new orbitals produced. Understood? If two orbitals mix up, two new orbitals are formed. If three orbitals mix up, three new orbitals are formed. But orbitals take part in the hybridization, not the electron. Understood? There are certain rules of the hybridization. Let's see. The first rule is the orbital belonging to the same or the single atom would be involved in the hybridization. Means the atom should be the single or the same. Their orbitals participate in the hybridization. The atom should not be different. The second rule is there should be a slight difference of the energy level between the orbitals mixing to form the hybrid orbitals. Means the orbitals which take part in the hybridization, their energy almost should be same or there will be a slight difference in the energy level of that orbitals to form the new orbital, that is hybrid orbital. The third rule is the number of the hybrid orbitals is equal to the number of hybridizing orbitals. As I have explained that if two hybrid orbitals goes for forming when two orbitals mix up, the equal number of mixing of the orbitals produce that equal number of new orbitals. The hybrid orbitals takes up the direction of the dominating orbitals. Means the orbitals which goes on dominating in the hybridization, the new orbital, hybrid orbital takes up that direction. Only the orbitals take part in the hybridization, not the electrons. It is very important. The hybridization says only the orbitals goes on participating in the hybridization, not the electron. The VBT says that the valence electron goes on participating in the bond formation. Next rule is not only the half-filled orbitals participate in the hybridization, but completely filled and empty filled orbitals also take part in the hybridization. Means it is not necessary only half-filled orbitals goes on participating in the hybridization concept. The empty filled and the fully filled, completely filled orbitals also take part in the hybridization. The hybrid orbitals are similar to each other as they are similar in size, they are similar in shape, they are similar in their energy, but the difference is in their orientation. But the orientation in the space may be different. The difference is only in their orientation, 3D, three-dimensional space orientation, that is different, and by size, shape, energy, they are same. So there are these certain rules of the hybridization. Now we see the various types of the hybridization found in the inorganic molecules. So there are various types of the hybridization. In inorganic molecules, a large number of the hybridization type is there. If we say only the carbon in the organic molecule, there are only 3 types of the hybridization found in the organic molecule. That is sp, sp2 and sp3. But in the inorganic molecules, various types of the hybridization is found. That is, one of the hybridization is sp hybridization, sp2 hybridization, sp3. sp, sp2, sp3, they are also found in organic molecule. But in inorganic molecule, we have the sp3d hybridization also, sp3d2 hybridization also, sp3d3 hybridization also. So here we are talking about the hybridization in the inorganic molecules. So we have to take all types of the hybridization with the examples. Let's start first the sp hybridization. The combination of the s orbital, one s orbital and one p orbital. In the sp hybridization, what happens? One s orbital and one p orbital give rise to the 2sp hybrid orbital, because 2 orbitals go on mixing, s and p, and when these 2 orbitals combine, they form the new orbitals, 2 new orbitals only, because 2 are combining and 2 new are formed. That is called 2sp hybrid orbitals, and they are arranged linearly to an angle. When they are forming the new hybrid orbitals, which is having the equal size, equal shape and equal energy, so they arranged linearly to an angle of 180 degree. The sp hybrid orbital has 50% s character and 50% p character, because 2 orbitals goes on the combination, so their participation is 50-50%. So sp hybrid orbital has 50% s character and 50% of p character, and they arrange linearly to an angle of 180 degrees. That is the linear geometry. So here we can have the s orbital, that is spherical shape. Here it is explaining how the new orbitals are forming by the sp hybridization. The one s orbital and this one of the p orbital, when go with the mixing together and go with the hybridization, it forms 2 new hybrid orbital, that is 2 sp hybrid orbital. There are the 2 sp hybrid orbitals which linearly arranged, having this 180-degree angle. This is two orbitals are linearly arranged having 180-degree angle. So this is the sp hybrid orbital. Let's see here, you can able to see where the inorganic molecule in which this sp hybridization is found, that is beryllium hydride, beryllium chloride. Beryllium chloride, beryllium hydride are the examples of the sp hybridization. So how it is explained, the sp hybridization in the beryllium chloride, as we have the beryllium electronic configuration in the ground state, that is 1s2 and 2s2. This is the beryllium electronic configuration in the ground state. So when it comes in the excited state, so one electron, 1s2 remains here at the ground level, then 2s2, and here after that we have 2px, 2py and 2pz. So one electron jumps to the 2px orbital. So this s, 2s and 2px, they go for mixing together. This is go for mixing together, and they form two new hybrid orbital and they undergo the sp hybridization. Understood? When they undergo the sp hybridization, it forms two new hybrid orbitals. Here the beryllium 2 new hybrid orbital which are arranged linearly at 180-degree. Now they form the bond. These two hybrid orbitals of the beryllium form the bond with the p orbital and go for forming the overlapping with the p orbital of the two chlorine atom. This how these two hybrid orbitals overlap with the p orbital of the chlorine and form this bond, beryllium chloride. And here also you can able to see here the 2sp hybrid orbital of the beryllium chloride form the overlapping with the p orbital of the chlorine. Here in the picture also you are able to see linearly arranged 180-degree angle, and this type of the hybridization is called sp hybridization. Understood? So beryllium chloride having the two atoms. The next type of the hybridization is sp2 hybridization. What is sp2 hybridization? The combination of 1s and the 2p orbital. Understood? So 1s orbital when combined with the 2p orbitals, they give rise to the three new orbital, that is 3 sp2 hybrid orbitals. And these three orbitals lie in the same plane and are directed towards three corners. When the three new orbitals are formed, they are arranged together in the three corners of the equilateral triangle having an angle of 120-degree. Understood? So what's the bond angle of these three new hybrid orbitals? That is 120-degree. Each sp2 hybrid orbital has how much character? S character, 33.3% S character and 66.7% P character. In sp hybridization, 50-50% combination takes place. But in sp2, S is less, that is 33.3% character is of S, and P character is large, that is 66.7%. So we can say in sp2 hybridization, one s orbital and 2p orbital combine to form three new hybrid orbital which lies at the equilateral triangle three corners having an angle of 120 degree. Example of the sp2 hybridization here I have taken, that is boron trichloride. If we see the boron ground state electronic configuration, that is 1s2, 2s2 and 2px1. Okay, y and z are empty, okay, in the ground state. So when it comes in the excited state and has some energy, we have the 2s, one electron jumps to the empty orbital 2y, and they mix up like 2s, 2px and 2py. They go on mixing and undergo the hybridization, that is the sp2 hybridization. Here the boron electronic configuration 1s, that is same here, that is 1s2. So here the electrons are filled up, 1 and 2, the both orbitals are filled up here. So the 2s orbital electron jumps to the 2py and they go for mixing. They are having the similar energy and they undergo sp2 hybridization, form the three new hybrid orbitals. So boron formed three new hybrid orbitals which are arranged in an equilateral triangle of 120-degree angle. This angle between the hybrid orbital is 120-degree. So we have this hybrid orbitals and then they form the bond by overlapping the p orbital of 3 chlorine atom, and you are able to see here the 3p orbital undergoes overlapping with these three hybrid orbitals. These three hybrid orbitals undergo with this overlapping and forming boron trichloride. So that is the sp2 hybridization. Here you can able to see in the diagram, this is arranged in equilateral triangle. So arranging these three sp2 hybrid orbitals are arranged like this, 120-degree angle. So the next type of the hybridization is sp3 hybridization. What is sp3 hybridization? In which one s orbital and 3p orbital give rise to form four new orbital, that is 4 sp3 hybrid orbitals. And the four hybrid orbitals are directed towards the four corners of the regular tetrahedron, and the angle between the hybrid orbital is 109 degree 28 minutes. And in this we see the character, that is 25% of the S character is there in sp3 hybridization and 75% of the P character in the hybridization. So here you can able to see s orbital and all the three orbital px, py and pz. It formed this. How they are arranged tetrahedrally. The corners are in the picture also, three-dimensional picture you can able to see here. All the four hybrid orbitals are arranged like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. They are of different color. Okay. So they have the arranged tetrahedrally with the bond angle 109 degree 28 minutes. So the sp3 hybridization, S and p3 having S character 25% and 75% P character. So example of the sp3 hybridization is methane. Methane, if we see the example, so we can see the carbon is having the electronic configuration at the ground state. This is of carbon ground state. 1s2, 2s2, 2px1, 2py1 and 2pz is empty because it is 6. So in an excited state, what happened? One electron jumps to the empty orbital 2pz and here it becomes all unpaired. S, P, 3 hybridization. Day 4. 4 hybrid orbitals, new hybrid orbitals formed because the combination of 1s and p3 takes place and it undergo the sp3 hybridization. So the carbon formed the sp3 hybridization and it formed the bond with the hydrogen atom. Hydrogen s orbital and undergo overlapping with this new hybrid orbitals. These 4 hybrid orbitals are arranged 109 degree 28 minutes and it forms the bond with the 4 hydrogen atom to form methane. So this is the tetrahedral arrangement geometry with this bond angle, that is sp3 hybridization. Now the fourth type of the hybridization is sp3d hybridization, where the combination of 1s, 3p and 1d orbitals to form 5 new orbitals, that is sp3d hybrid orbitals, and they are arranged what type of a structure? Trigonal bipyramidal structure they form. The 3 bonds of this structure having the bond angle 120 degree and 2 at the right angle to the plane, 1 above and 1 below. That's why it is not a regular structure. Understood? So sp3d hybridization having 3 bonds 120 degree angle and 2 at the right angle to the plane, 1 above and 1 below. So that type of the structure, it forms 5 new hybrid orbital. So the 1s orbital p3 and 1d orbital goes for forming the 5 new hybrid orbital, that is called sp3d orbital, with 3 orbitals are arranged at 120 degree and 2 are arranged at 90. For example, in which this hybridization is found, that is phosphorus pentachloride. The phosphorus electronic configuration, if we see, that is 1s2, that is 15, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p3 in the ground state. And if it come in the excited state, it comes out for having the energy. So 3s 1 orbital goes for jumping to the empty d orbital. So it undergoes this sp3d hybridization. It forms and form the 5 new hybrid orbitals. As you are able to see here, all the 3 hybrid orbitals goes with the combination with the p orbital or the overlapping to the bond formation, the p orbital of chlorine atom. These 3 are arranged 120 degree and 2 are at the right angle, 1 above and below the plane. So this geometry calls trigonal bipyramidal. Understood? The hybridization sp3d causes the trigonal bipyramidal structure. We see the next type of the hybridization, that is sp3d2 hybridization, in which 1s orbital, 3p orbital and 2d orbital participate, and it forms 6 new hybrid orbitals which are arranged octahedrally. Each of the hybrid orbitals bond angle is 90 degree. As you are able to see here, s orbital, p3 and d2 combine to form 6 new hybrid orbital, that is of 90 degree angle, and the one of the example of this hybridization is sf6. So this how you are able to see the octahedral geometry. Each one of the hybrid orbital is 90 degree and it forms the bond with the p orbital of the fluorine atom. 6, because 6 new orbital forms the bond with the 6 fluorine atom. Understood? So each one is having the 90 degree bond angle. So this how the sp3d2 hybridization. The geometry is octahedral, 90-degree bond angle each one of the new hybrid orbital. As you are able to see S with the electronic configuration, you can able to see its sp3d2 hybridization. S sulfur, that is 16. So we have the electronic configuration, that is 3p4. Understood? So when it comes in the excited state, the two orbitals S and P, their electron jump to the d orbital and form the mixing the orbitals sp3d2 to form 6 new orbitals. This how it arranged the octahedral structure. So this is the electronic configuration, how it go for mixing the sp3d2 hybridization, SF6. The next type of the hybridization is sp3d3 hybridization, in which one has 3p and 3d orbital participate to form 7 new hybrid orbitals, and they are arranged pentagonal bipyramidally, in which 5 bonds are at 72° and 2 are at 90°. This type of the structure called pentagonal bipyramidal. The example in which sp3d3 hybridization is found, that is IF7. This is the IF7 in which this sp3d3 hybridization occurs, in which 5 bonds, you are able to see in the picture also 5 bonds, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. These are arranged 72°. So they are arranged at 72° and 2 are at the right angle, 90°. This is how the 7 new hybrid orbitals form the bond with the fluorine p orbital and forming this structure pentagonal bipyramidal. So with the help of the hybridization, we can explain the geometry and the shape of the various molecules by understanding the hybridization. And hybridization can be understood on the basis of molecular formula. If we have the two atoms bond, that is linear. 3 atoms bond, we have a trigonal planar. 4 tetrahedral. 5 we have trigonal bipyramidal. 6 octahedral. 7 pentagonal bipyramidal. So on the basis of molecular formula, we can predict their type of the hybridization, and from the type of the hybridization we can predict their geometry and the shape of the molecule. This how the concept of the hybridization explain various molecule geometry and the shape and the bond angle. So this is all about the type of the hybridization in the inorganic molecules with all the examples. Thank you and take care.